Dive downstream, looking as much as possible like a floating brush pile. Planning and coordination, as they have from the beginning, pay off in the present emergency. The 7 patrol members scattered, not in a panic, but according to a carefully prearranged plan. They are waiting now along the shore at various positions downstream from where the raft was hidden, waiting to be picked up by the patrol leader and his radio operator. As they come aboard, some of the men bring their own contribution to the raft's camouflage, so that by the time they are ready to push into midstream, the raft will look as much as possible like drifting river flotsam. No complaints now about that long trip upstream at the beginning of the mission. For the entire success of the venture now depends on being able to drift noiselessly downstream past aggressor sentinels. Once past the main aggressor positions, speed again becomes the order of the day. For there is a rendezvous to be kept with the armored vehicle assigned to carry the patrol on the last lap of its trip back to home base. Mission accomplished, almost. This is still the fringe of aggressor-held territory, and there is still the danger of a chance encounter. A single quick operation, and the raft becomes just another piece of collapsible rubber. The vehicle which will take them back to the command tent is one more example of the great variety of equipment which has gradually replaced the horses and mules of the old-time cavalry. From helicopter to rubber raft to feet to armored personnel carrier, all in a night's work for a modern cavalryman. And now the mission is accomplished. Back at the command post, the patrol prepares to deliver its report to the battalion officers. In several hours of intensive hazardous effort, 7 well-trained, disciplined men have accomplished a mission which may largely determine the outcome of the entire maneuver. In wartime, such a mission could well result in the prevention of thousands of casualties. 30 years ago, such a scouting mission would have been accomplished by a lightning sortie of mounted men, sowing confusion among the enemy at the same time they were acquiring vital intelligence for their own commanders. Today, the techniques and the modes of travel are different, but the results are the same. With the information he has just received, the battalion commander can now move against the aggressor. As tanks of the 11th Armored Division begin turning over their engines, Friendly forces all over the area are being alerted to their parts in a coordinated offensive. And now we see the cavalryman in still another role. From a scout on patrol seeking information about the enemy, he becomes the mailed fist of an assault force. Men such as these are specialists in many aspects of military science and tactics, able to seek out the enemy, evaluate his movements, and then act with power and speed to frustrate his best-laid plans. The aggressor will shortly be under heavy armored attack, his missile emplacements destroyed before the first missile can be launched. All thanks to the efforts of 7 well-trained soldiers through a long and sleepless night.
Such words as dismounted cavalry often sound to laymen like a contradiction in terms. After seeing today's adventure of a cavalry patrol on a night reconnaissance mission, it is possible to understand why a cavalryman is still a cavalryman, even when he is temporarily on foot or floating downstream on a raft. He is accomplishing a mission which is the same today as it was in the days of Jeb Stuart's horse cavalry. Now this is Sergeant Stuart Queen, your host for The Big Picture.
The Big Picture is an official report for the armed forces and the American people. Produced by the Army Pictorial Center. Presented by the Department of the Army in cooperation with this station.